Good morning, Cedar Park High School. It's Monday, October 19th, and it's an 8A. I'm Ella Neal.
And I'm Abby Martinez.
On today's show, we have a story over pandemic pets, friends in quarantine, in-person school,
The top 3 things you need to know for today. Luke Johnson and Katie Whitmarsh have your sports report.
and your scholarship of the week. Turn it up because the Wolfcast starts now. Since the start of the pandemic, there has been a rise in pet adoptions.
Reporters Madeline Roberts and Katie Whitmarsh talked to CPHS students that adopted a pet over quarantine and a staff member of a local shelter to hear their input.
Thanks, Abby. While being in quarantine might have some negative sides, all of the free time we now have can be focused on something new. For example, a new pet.
With people stuck inside having nothing to do, many students at CPHS are fostering or adopting new pets. Quarantine has allowed them to bond and spend more time with their animals.
My older dog just passed, so we always like to have 2 dogs. And so we were like, why not get a puppy? Because we have the time and patience for it right now because we don't really have anything to do. So that's pretty much why we got her, yeah.
Local animal shelters like Austin Pets Alive and the Williamson County Animal Shelter are finding that the upside of quarantine is that there have been more adoptions than ever. This has benefited not only the animals who are now in safe, loving homes, but the community as a whole.
People being at home gives them time, and when they've got the time, then they like to put in the effort. And it really has given people something to do. You know, they're at home, they can't go anywhere, and having a foster pet at home gives them something to focus their time on.
With all the time people now have to take care of their pets, there are new activities that students are able to do, such as taking their pet to the dog park, going on walks throughout the day, or hours of fetch in the backyard. With the many downsides of quarantine, the rise in pet adoptions has definitely risen the spirits of the community.
I think getting a new pet over quarantine was really good, especially for my family, because it gave us something to do and it helped us be more connected as a family and go on walks together and stuff.
A big thing other than adoptions that has come out of quarantine is that there are many more people willing to foster animals. Normally people who can't have pets because they travel too much for work or they never have the time to properly take care of a pet suddenly have all of this free time and are now willing to be foster parents.
We are on the back end of what's called kitten season, where there are lots and lots and lots of kittens that come to the shelter in need of help. And so we're talking by the hundreds, right? And so we have to get people to follow those tiny little kittens because that they likely wouldn't survive the shelter environment. You know, it's where they could pick up illnesses and things. So being in a foster home is far safer for them.
If you or your family is interested in adopting or fostering a new pet, reach out to your local shelters. There are always pets looking for their forever home.
Thank you, Madeline and Katie.
I think it's great that many pets have been finding good homes lately.
March 13th was the last time most of us stepped foot into Cedar Park High. All we knew were crowded halls, filled parking lots, and a full cafeteria. But what does that look like for Cedar Park now? With a global virus that requires extreme caution and social distancing, what are the rules and regulations for students in classrooms today? Some of the regulations include students staying socially distanced, wearing masks all the time except when eating or drinking. Desks have to be disinfected after every class, and there are designated directions to walk through the halls in order to prevent the spread.
I always make sure to have my mask on, always wash my hands if there's a sink available, which fortunately there is in culinary. I even bring hand sanitizer to school, and I try to wash my hands and keep my distance as possible.
So far, there have been a total of 6 COVID cases on campus, 5 students, 1 employee, and 38 people have been exposed. It's important to continue following all of the precautions to slow down the spread of the virus in our campus and everywhere else.
Many students trying to maintain a social life during the pandemic are having a hard time finding things to do with their friends while still being socially distanced. With the number one priority right now being staying safe during the pandemic, a lot of students have come up with creative ways to have fun with friends while still following CDC guidelines. Some friend groups are having socially distanced picnics, outdoor movie nights, or going hiking through local trails. Junior Isabella Fernandez has come up with her own way to be social with her friends while still being safe.
Okay, so like the main way that I've been able to do that, to like be able to hang out with my friends and, follow like safety guidelines and stuff, is with outdoor movie nights. So we're all like 6 feet apart, we're socially distanced, and we all just like get together at somebody's house and have the movie playing on a projector.
Even though there are many restrictions due to COVID-19, there are always ways you can have fun with friends. So maybe the next time you and your friends are looking for something to do, try going for a picnic or ride your bikes to the park, but always remember to stay safe.
Coming up next are the top 3 things you need to know with Reagan Hill.
But first, a quick break.
Smoky Moe's Barbecue, the best barbecue that money can buy. Proudly supporting Cedar Park High School.
Good morning, Cedar Park High School. I'm Reagan Hill with your top 3 things you need to know today. Up first, Pflugerville teen was killed yesterday morning at the Villas Tech Ridge Apartments. The young male remains unidentified, and his friend spoke out saying he was an innocent 16-year-old. The Travis County Sheriff's Office is currently investigating. Next, a new monument honoring all military servicewomen has been unveiled at the Arlington National Cemetery. The life-size sculpture titled The Pledge shows a woman in full combat army with a service dog. Tickets to the sculpture are free, but space is limited due to COVID-19. Lastly, Daniel Hahn, an online campus pastor at Oxford Assembly of God, is putting his basketball skills to the test. He's planning to shoot 1,000 free throws for a fundraiser for the Assembly of God's Mission Youth Initiative. That's all I have for you today. With CPHS News, I'm Reagan Hill. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Reagan.
Now I throw it over to Luke Johnson and Katie Whitmarsh for your sports report.
Hello, Cedar Park, and welcome back to the Wolfcast Sports Report. I'm Luke Johnson.
And I'm Katie Whitmarsh.
Starting off strong with our volleyball team, the Lady Timberwolves brought home 2 wins this weekend against Liberty Hill and Marble Falls.
That's right, Luke. On Friday and Saturday, the girls crushed both teams, winning all 3 sets in both games against the Liberty Hill Panthers and Marble Falls Mustangs, with a final score of 3-0 in both games.
That's really amazing. Senior Avery Cole came out with a staggering 26 kills over the weekend, and sophomore Dylan Gilkey did not have one dull moment, putting up 64 digs over 2 days. Great job, girls.
The Lady T-Wolves are set to have a home game tomorrow against the Eastview Patriots, starting at 6:30. Good luck, girls.
Moving on to football, our T-Wolves are scheduled to play this Friday against the Anderson Trojans at Gupton Stadium, starting at 7 p.m.
I know I'm excited for Friday Night Lights to be back. Fingers crossed we can keep our perfect record.
I have a strong feeling we can, Katie. The Trojans' record are 1-2, and although we are 4-0, don't expect the T-Wolves to hold back.
Friday night will be a show that everyone's going to have front row seats.
Absolutely. Well, that's all we have for you today. For some extra sports content, check out our sports Twitter at CPHS_sports. With CPHS News, I'm Luke Johnson.
And I'm Katie Whitmarsh. Back to y'all.
Thanks, Luke and Katie. Up next is your Scholarship of the Week.
But first, this break.
We are not just here to share announcements. We are here to tell stories. Your stories. Students depend on us, and what they need from us is to be hyped, to be ready, to be informed, to be successful, to be Timberwolves. We are real news. We are sideline reporters, moment capturers, question askers, life sharers, cheers spreaders, and voice givers. And above all, we are students just like you, here to help you. We are journalism, newspaper, yearbook, and broadcast. We are CPHS News.
Thanks, guys. Are you interested in creating a short film or animation? If so, then the National Rice Month Scholarship might be for you. The National Rice Month Scholarship focuses on American rice growing in the state of Texas. In order to win, you must create a 3-minute video or animation about U.S. rice growing. Deadlines are October 31st. For more information and submission, email riceinfo@usarice.com. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jack.
That's all you have for today. Remember, you can catch anything you missed on the Wolfcast on our YouTube channel. Just search CPHS News.
And we'll be back on Wednesday for a story over the SAT and ACT, COVID screeners, the basketball fundraiser, the top 3 things you need to know for today, and a new edition of the Pack Chat. With CPHS News, I'm Abby Martinez.
And I'm Ella Neal. Remember to make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.